Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Origin Spotlight. I am your host, B. Zelda. My pronouns are they, them. And y'all, you've tuned into a very good episode. So before I get into it, let's introduce my co-host for today, Adam. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be talking about hotels. Finally, everybody's been
Yes,
asking.
the
So,
long-awaited question. So before we jump into it, I just want to cover a couple of things. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., which is April 13th, we are going to be releasing information for VIGs. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But more specifically, we are still looking for volunteers. If you want to join Origins this summer and you want to volunteer, you could volunteer enough to get your badge paid for. So if that is appealing to you, check out our website. And yeah, I think let's get into it.
yeah, volunteering is great this year. We're gonna have awesome rewards. You get the big thing is that first 4 hours you're getting that day plus the next. So you get that
Yes.
bonus day just for volunteering those 4 hours. So 8 hours, volunteer for a full day. You get parking too, or so that can be just huge, and we'll talk a little bit about parking today too. So, um, yeah, the the perks are awesome because we've enhanced those. Um, so yeah, but without further ado, hey everybody, here's hotels. It's the on peak. You're going to be mentioned. You're going to be getting, if you're a VIG badge holder, if you've purchased your VIG badge, you are going to be getting information tomorrow morning for your link to get into this portal to get your
Mm-hmm.
hotel reserved. So that's
1 p.m.
Wednesday.
Eastern tomorrow, depending on your
Right.
time zone.
Yeah, you'll be getting that in earlier. You'll be getting the link earlier. It's going to go live at 1 p.m. So we're going to send
Good
out
to
the
know.
email. So you're going to have that link. It's going to be active at 1 p.m. for you to actually get it. Everybody else, that's going to go live Saturday at 1 p.m. for you. You're going to go to originsgamefair.com and you're going to go to the attend area and look for that hotel link. That's going to be a page on originsgamefair.com that's going to go live at 1 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay,
So
so for VIGs, April 13th is the date. Check your emails. For everybody else, April 16th. You're going to want to visit our website to set up those hotels.
exactly. Yep. And you can see here the 10 hotels that we have in the hotel block this year. And that's sort of the average rates, depending on if you're getting a king bed, if you're getting two doubles or two fulls, or queen bed, whatever. Those are going to have slightly different rates, but that's generally what you're looking at for your rates. Really competitive pricing on hotels, really reasonable when you think about,
That
like,
looks
if you
good. Yeah.
look at some of the other big conventions and how much it
Mm-hmm.
costs to get a hotel space on some of those. This is obviously much, much less than a lot of those other places. All of these are really close. So it's a great way for you to get your savings in there, and you can just head in. You can look for the hotel that you want to go on. You can click in. Oh, whoops. Of course, I have a problem with my request, but that's because this is not actually live. So that's part of the thing on that, because
That makes sense.
that's because this isn't. There we go. Because it's not live yet, and I was sitting here
Ah,
not logged in. It timed out on me. So if
so I
you're
noticed.
sitting there wrangling, questioning which one do I pick, which one do you choose, you saw how quickly that just refreshed on you. You just get back in, and it's easy. It just timed out because we were sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for the stream. So don't don't freak out. I saw a question come up. No Hyatt in the block. No Hyatt in the block right now. The
Mm-hmm.
Hyatt is a weird exception, and that's because we are during this week, the Hyatt is reserved for exhibitors and sponsors. So we are booking our exhibitors and sponsors during this week. So the Hyatt will not be live until the 22nd. It will not, it has block pricing, but it's not in the on peak system. You're just going to go through Hyatt starting on the 22nd, is when you can reserve on the Hyatt. So I know that's a challenge. The call on, do I reserve here? Do I reserve there? What do you want to do? We understand that's just because of the constricted time, in order for us to get those in, most of our exhibitors and sponsors, there's not going to be a huge number of spots in the Hyatt. So I'm going to warn everybody, because
Good
it's
to
where
know.
we're booking our exhibitors and sponsors. I do not expect a lot of spaces on the Hyatt to be available even on the 22nd. They're going to go fast. So
So don't rely
22nd is
on
going to
that
be your
one.
date. Um, the
What
Hampton
about,
Inn,
yeah,
yes. So the there are several others that were not in there for a variety of reasons. One thing that happened is, because we are coinciding with Columbus Art Fest, um, there are several hotels that got sort of blocked in for that event, and
that makes
some of the other
sense.
things that are going on, and those ended up being sold out through other things. So yes, the Hilton and the Hampton are on that list of well, the home suites by Hilton. Well, yeah, that's the home two suites by Hilton. That's available, but the Hilton itself, yes, I know. Um, there's the DoubleTree Suites by Hilton Columbus as well. For those of you, we've got several. There are several Hilton properties, but not the Hilton itself. The yeah, and the Hampton Inn is was completely sold out, and then yeah.
Dang.
So yes, I appreciate Joel Lamb. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is what we were able to get for this year. These are our blocks that are available on things that for the block pricing, right? Like
Hmm.
you can reach out to those other hotels for things, but this is what is available for the Origins block pricing
Yeah, all
hotel
things
block
considered, this is a
options
good
this
selection.
year. It's a nice range. It's good pricing, so lots of
Yeah.
options for everybody. Nice, close to the location. Um, and I does anyone else in the chat have any other questions about this? We can kind of I was kind of starting on. We can just click on one of these, and you can just see that it pulls up. You can check your
This is the part I'm
uh,
curious about.
yeah, so you click on the hotel that you're looking for, and then it pulls up this. You can look at your standard room rates. So that
Awesome.
gives you, see, all of these are different: single occupancy, double occupancy, triple, quad. So you can set up those, and then you can check your date if you're coming in on Wednesday and checking out on Sunday, then that tells you there, but you can adjust that. Um, if you want to
Oh,
take
cool.
Wednesday off, maybe you're only coming in Thursday, maybe you're only coming in Friday. So you just click along there. You can click the little X's up there to remove them, or click on that date to add it. You can add your number of rooms in there. Uh,
Oh, nice. That's convenient. I imagine booking a number of rooms, like if you are somebody who's coming down with the club, you want to take advantage of that feature.
yeah, I mean, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so who do we call or contact? So, um, OnPeak is run through this portal, this online portal. So you're just gonna, if you're a VIG member, you're gonna get the direct link tomorrow. We're gonna have all of these links, direct links to booking on our website, originsgamefair.com, on Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock. So you're gonna go to originsgamefair.com uh, on Saturday, take that there, take the links there will take you directly to OnPeak for you to get in and get your hotels locked away here. So it's all going to be done through this online portal.
Good question.
For Chuck M, that's your process for going through that.
Ooh, do we know if these hotels are offering shuttle service?
Um, I do not know offhand. I do
Okay.
not. Most of these are very, very close anyway. So most of these are within walking distance of the hotel. So that is Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, Chuck, that is Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. Yes, 1 p.m. Eastern,
No.
everyone. We
Shuttle
Um,
services are nice for accessibility. So, I mean, that might be worth looking into.
yeah, we will. I
Maybe they
will
all
be double
won't, but
checking
one or two
that
might.
on some of the shuttle services. I will be double checking on that. I'm sorry, I don't have that information at this time to give you guys. Um, but check for our um, check on our Facebook page, or the official Origins Facebook page. I will get that information. We'll be posting that up there for anybody that is offering shuttle service, or if that's available, you'll see that very soon after the stream wraps. So we'll
Mhm.
get that out today so that even VIG members can make their decisions on that.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So
Um,
we've seen how you can select a hotel, select the dates. Is it pretty much just that? And then you
It's
select
really very simple,
confirm?
and then you're just rolling into so you're going to do that. You're going to select your dates here
Mm-hmm.
on that checkout, and then you're going to go to next, and that's going to pull up your verification. Going to take a look at that. You can add more rooms. You can adjust. Um, and you're going to go over here,
Awesome.
and it's just going to be putting in your information. So it's really
Okay.
pretty straightforward on everything. You just put in your contact information on there, do your payments, um, and complete that process on there. It's a fairly straightforward uh, process for getting all of that squared away.
Yeah, no, that's excellent.
That we it was I know it was time consuming getting this in order, um, but uh, this is the reason why for ease of the process once it actually goes live. Um, our expectation is that things will go smoothly. We have staff on hand if there's uh, issues or problems. We'll be here to help wherever we can. So check our socials and definitely engage with us there. We'll have people monitoring for any problems that may arise. Um,
Perfect.
you don't need
And
to
can
set
we
one up
confirm?
ahead of
Yes.
time. Like you saw on there, you can just put in your information. You don't have to necessarily log in to um, go through that.
Unpeep?
I have not logged in. You can see that I don't have I did not log in on anything here. So I was able to access here, put in the information, and it went through there, and I'm already at checkout.
That's
So
really
I can
nice. It's
finish
like it
right
treats you
there
like a guest.
without having to log in.
You'll
There
get
are
the
login
email
options.
confirmations.
Yeah, yeah, you're going to get all your confirmations through there once you finish it. I'm not going to book this because uh, I'm staff and we're
You're
we're booking through a different
already
process,
set. Hmm.
and I don't want to be. I'm not going to finish all that and put in my credit card information
Oh, you don't want to do that on
for
stream?
all the internet to see. Um, but pretty straightforward on that. If you've ordered anything from somewhere else, you've probably done this
Yes.
process before. So it's just
If you don't
following
already
those
have
links.
autofill filled in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The real value of having that login is just having all of that information kind of autofill. Um, but you can get to this page on the portal um, without having to log in. So
All right. So the burning question that I think kind of follows all of this up is parking. What is
yeah,
that going to look like? How is that going to be? Can all these places accommodate everybody? Is there parking at the convention? Like, what are we doing?
right. So the hotels will have their own parking arrangements. Every hotel has their own setup. You'll coordinate with your hotel if you are booking there. If you are driving in, if you're relatively local or regional, or you've got a hotel that's farther away and you need to drive in instead of catching an Uber or something, then yeah, let's move into parking. So I'm right here on the Columbus Convention Center website. They have parking information there. There are
Awesome.
multiple different parking garages throughout the area. They've actually opened up another one. The Ohio Center garage is
Damn.
um, in there on Ohio Center Way. I believe that's the new one. Then there's also the South and the Goodale Garage. For first-time attendees, let's just take a quick look here. This is a map of the first floor of the convention center. We do have activities outside of this. There are events on the second floor, and there are events in the Hyatt, which is connected to the convention center in the south area. If you see where it says South Cafe and Marketplace, you head down from there. That's where the Hyatt is. We hold a lot of RPG events there. But this is our layout. So you'll see Exhibit Hall A. That's where you're going to see that's where the main exhibitor hall is. So
Okay.
when you're looking to check out the new games, get and actually pick up games or accessories, all of our vendors that are selling stuff, they are going to be all around there. You're going to find the Origins merch booth is going to be right in front of there. There's a little spot right outside of the
Excellent.
hall that you're going to find there, and our author's alcove is going to be there in the A area just west. This is a little weird. This is oriented with west up,
Oh
or
gosh.
sorry, east
Do you
up.
have your
Sorry,
cursor turned on to
I
like
do not have
show
my cursor turned on because
if
of the
you
way
right
that we're
click?
we're sharing this.
Oh,
But
okay.
so east is up, north is to the left. You can see your best orientation is where it says South Cafe. That is to the south, right? So if you
Oh
see
god.
South Cafe and Marketplace far to the
Uh-huh.
right, that's
Okay.
south, right? So South Cafe and Marketplace is to the south. So that is south um, on the map there. Um, uh, that
So what are some
so yeah,
highlights on the map?
yeah. So so I wanted to start with that exhibitor hall. So exhibit hall A is where all the vendor stuff is going to be. So that's our big vendor area. Um, you'll find Artist Alley there. You'll find all your favorite exhibitors, all your favorite game companies. They'll all be setting up there. Yes, it's the entire it's the entire exhibit hall. So we are back to full size. Um, everyone, there was a question from Forrest there about we
We
got
got
Hall A
Hall A
this year.
this year?
Yes, we
Yeah, we
did.
did.
Yeah. Last year we were a little scaled back, so because of COVID, but we went back to full capacity this year. So we are going to so previous attendees will recognize this layout as kind of our more standard traditional layout.
Hmm.
You've got gaming into exhibit hall B and C. You're going to find all kinds of awesome demo events there from our sponsors and from Gamma members. They're going to have some special tables set up, and then we also have all of our awesome GMs that are running games throughout there. You're going to see all kinds of amazing events there when you're signing up for events. The majority or a huge chunk, a large percentage of the gaming activity is there in that Exhibit Hall B and Exhibit Hall C. This is just a really vague map right now because we are
Hmm.
actually locking down a lot of these locations as we speak. There are other staffers right now coordinating the exhibit hall booth positions and that sort of thing. So you're going to see maps coming out. Those will be on the site book. Those will be on the app. Um, Up in Exhibit Hall D, which is sort of at the back there, you see A, B, C, and then back is Exhibit Hall D. That's where you're going to find the boardroom. That's where the board game library is. The awesome thing about the board game library that I want to remind everybody about for this year is that the board game library is no longer an added cost. You don't have to pay the extra $20 to get
Yes.
that board game library ribbon. This year, when you get your badge gets you into the boardroom automatically. It is included.
Hmm.
Now we're going heavily inclusive on all of our events, so that's awesome too. Most events, many events, the events that would normally cost you $2 extra for each hour now cost you nothing extra for those each
Yes.
hours. There are going to be events with upcharges. The the normal events that normally had those extra upcharges, um, they continue to do so because those are fees that are collected by the event runners to accommodate their costs and all of that. But that's not our collection. We're including our most of our costs in that badge, so that works out really nicely. Um, just sort of northwest of the exhibit hall C. This is a really important little spot. You'll see this white spot down in the lower left-hand corner down there, just
Uh-huh.
down from exhibit hall C. It's not marked with anything right now. That is where registration is going to be, everybody. It's in the
Ooh,
same place it was last year. I know in previous years we have had registration in some other spots. This is where registration is, just like last time. But for first time attendees, this is where you want to go. For reference, if you are driving in, the closest parking spot for getting into registration is going to be the Goodale parking garage. So if you're looking for the closest spot, if you're just driving in, if you're local or semi-local, then that Goodale garage is going to be your best bet for getting close to registration. Um,
it's called Good Ale, like the beer.
yes, G O
Oh,
O
okay.
D A L E. If you see that
All
highlighted
right.
right there, good ale. Um, yeah. Uh, our main stage events, we're going to have some awesome, cool events going on. Especially Satine Phoenix, our special guest. She and Jameson Stone, they're running a special Satine's Quest event with the last game board. They're going to be running an awesome event at 8 o'clock on Saturday, our big headlining event, but we're going to have lots of cool events going on. Our costume contest, that's all in Union Station Ballroom B. So if you look over to the right side of, sort of down by where the exhibit hall A, just down and to the right from exhibit hall A, that's where you're going to see our main stage.
Awesome.
Events
Okay.
are going to be running there. Saturday is going to be full of some awesome stuff. Satine's going to be running a GM tips event there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the
So
big,
like a lot of panels, will they be hosted in
we'll
like
have a
this
lot
hall
of big,
here?
yeah,
A,
we're
B,
going to
and
have a lot of
C?
big panels. Six Sides of Gaming is partnering with us to organize a lot of awesome panel events there. They're going to have a lot of celebrity guests. We can't
Awesome.
reveal all of them right now, but um, they are coming, and they will be they will be awesome, and you'll have lots of cool things to check out. But those are some of the big things for Saturday. Coyote Peterson, who is not necessarily a name that you're going to immediately think of when you think of gaming, but he is a naturalist. He's a celebrity in a different avenue, but he's a
Wild.
local celebrity. He has a Animal Planet show, I believe. And
Oh,
then he also he's partnered to develop a new game, and they're highlighting it there. But he's also going to be
that's so
uh,
cool.
doing something special on Saturday.
I hope
I
he
don't have all the
brings
details.
like an elephant or a camel with him.
I
Something
don't think we're.
large that I can pet.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting a petting zoo at Origins this year, but
All right.
maybe
This
next
year.
time. Maybe
Yeah,
next time.
okay. My hopes are set.
Oh no, now I've promised.
Camels, elephants, miniature ponies. I want it
Can I
all.
get you a can I offer maybe a dragon puppet?
Ah, I'll think about
That may
it.
not work. I don't know. Yeah, GDEX is going to be set up down here too. We partner with
I was
GDEX
wondering where
again
they
this
were going to
year.
be.
So yeah, so GDEX is going to be in a lot of different places, but their GDEX
Okay.
Underground, where they're running a lot of their major events, that's going to be in C. So they're going to be right next to each other. So a lot of our big stuff is going to be concurrent there. A lot of the big events. Um, we talked about the Catan National Championships. That's going to be right there in Ballroom A. So Catan's running their stuff out of
Awesome.
there. So it gives you a nice one-stop shop for a lot of the big headline
Yes. I'm going to spend a
events.
lot of time there.
Yeah, so that kind of gives you a good laydown there. That sort of rolls us into food. We can mention a few cool food options as well.
Yes,
If
I'm
games are included
curious.
in the
What's
badge, what about
available?
generics? Will generics from last year be honored? Um, so you won't need generics for other events. I'm gonna have to check with the events team. I'm going to check on that question right now. Um,
I have a feeling we talked about this in a previous
yes, and I'm trying to
spotlight,
remember.
and I
I
recall the answer was yes. But if you could double check that to be certain, that would be
I'm going to double
good.
check that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with our events manager, who is, as I said, yeah, the generic chips. So you won't need them for many events, right? For any most events won't have a charge associated with them, so you won't necessarily need them um, for most events anyway. Um, we have a different system associated with that where for referencing for locking in um, your spot or for GMs to register that you have
Mm-hmm.
attended using your badge and some uh, other printout tokens, but you won't have to pay for those for most things. But for the upcharge events, I will be getting that as soon as I can. We will come back to that. So I'm gonna. Is Sonesta the new name for the old Crown Plaza Hotel? I'm a
That's
recent
a good
move
question.
to. I'm a recent uh, translocate to Columbus, so that is.
Google tells me yes. Following a transfer of management to Sonesta, the former home of Crown Plaza will now be the Sonesta White Plains downtown, effective 2020. That's a good question. Yeah. So if you do have generic tokens, what are they used for? And that's we had this
Yeah,
conversation.
I
So
mean,
we'll get back
yeah,
to you, Forrest.
yeah, exactly, and that's I understand that people have invested in those over the years, and you know, so reusing those is certainly a question that I will be. Yeah. Yep. So I we're gonna get back to you on the um, generics question, and I'm gonna move on to food for a little bit while we chat about that, and while I wait for an answer from our other people. But
Yeah,
um,
fabulous. So
yeah,
is there food at the convention center? Do we have to leave? Like what
yes,
can I expect?
so there is a food court on site at the South Cafe here. South Cafe and Marketplace has a variety of quick and easy food for you to pick up. Um, yep, there's Jenny. So we'll start here, and then yes, somebody's mentioned North Market, Jenny's for breakfast. Yes, there are
Ooh,
um,
sounds
a
like they have
few.
coffee, and that's what I need to hear. I need to know all the places that I can get coffee, and I want to try one every single day.
Yes. So there's there's a coffee shop right between Exhibit Hall A and B. You'll see
Ooh,
that
awesome.
little area there is food and coffee, and um, so you've got a couple of there's a little marketplace there, and then over in the South Cafe and Marketplace, there's a variety of food options there as well. Um, different kind of quick food court stuff. That's easy pickup. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in addition to that, we work very closely with Barley's. They're a uh, pub across the street. So if you head out
Ah,
right at in that between Exhibit Hall A and B, you'll see them across the street. Um, Howl at the Moon is another one nearby. We are in the works with partnering with them. They're another restaurant nearby. And then also one other option for everybody that's sort of unique to this year is because we are concurrent with the Columbus Arts Festival. There are going to be food options. This is a little bit of a it's like a little Uber drive down. Probably it's a little far south to necessarily immediately walk there from the convention center, but it's a great option if you've got your hotel. Some of the hotels are down this way. In fact, this is one of the hotels, and it is right outside of. Lots of food trucks are going to be setting up here for the Columbus Arts Festival. It's a
yes.
great
Oh, that's
opportunity
exciting.
to it's sort of a little an extra added value for
That's so awesome. For the whole
everybody that's attending
experience.
Origins. You get to come and check that out too. So they're running
Hmm.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, you can, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sorry, 11 a.m. on Friday, 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. on Friday, 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. So it's just a nice extra thing. This is a free event that's going on in Columbus at the same time. I know a lot of people were a little bummed out that our dates didn't coincide with Pride this year.
Pride,
I know
yeah.
we usually coincide with Pride.
Ah,
Just our dates didn't quite line up this year, so this is our alternative.
I
Is
mean, it's still
the
fantastic.
Columbus? Yeah. Um, so you can
And
come.
so, for those who are just kind of as you've been chatting, I've been looking up a couple of the names. And the one restaurant you named that is working with Origins, Barley's Brewing Company. For my humans that are either vegan, vegetarian, or gluten free, they have so many options. So a place like this is fantastic if you want a sit down restaurant to actually eat something that your stomach will not be upset about. There are options. You don't just have to eat French fries every single day. And then I think we've
Awesome.
had quite a few other recommendations. North Market, Jenny's for Breakfast, Hubert's at
North
North
Mark.
Market. A
Yeah.
lot of
So
good
North.
names.
Yep. All right. So those of you that were asking about generics, yes, we are honoring them for upcharge events. Now there are a lot fewer of those than in previous years because it's only those upcharge events, but they will be good for those events for everyone that still has generics from previous years. You can use them for those upcharge events to get in as well.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else that we want to keep an eye out for then? Because we've got hotels, we've got food, we've got parking. These are like the staples that we need to be able to have fun and not worry about everything else. And I think we've covered a lot of it.
Yeah, I think that covers the
North
main ones.
Market,
We've
just go
got,
on off hours or expect a mob. Thank you, Chuck.
yes, that
Because
is
I
very
would
true.
not
It
go on
is,
off hours. Is that legit? Okay.
yeah, it gets quite busy at the North Market. It's an awesome place to check out, but it does get very, very busy. Um,
Oh, heck. Okay. That's just like
yes,
there's
Medical
so many
Force,
things to look
yeah.
forward to.
Yeah. So anyone who's just tuning in, you can either jump back on to earlier in the stream and check out that hotel info. We'll give you a quick reminder rundown here. I'm going to jump back over to it. Um, but yeah, everyone who may have just joined us, we were talking about a lot of logistics, including the big one, hotel stays. VIG badge holders will get an email tomorrow with a link
Mhm.
to this portal for reserving their hotel. That is going to go live for them Wednesday at 1 p.m. That's tomorrow, the 13th of April, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then for all of our other attendees, they will get access Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, this coming Saturday, 1
April
p.m. Eastern.
16th.
April 16th. Thank you. Yes. Was trying to do math in my head. But yes, while I was talking, which does not work.
Never helps.
So yeah, again, you just follow the links. You go to originsgamefair.com. The link's going to be right there to get you straight here to this portal where you're going to be able to get into the hotel, click in here, set your dates,
It's
pick your
such a
hotel.
smooth process.
Just really simple, really straightforward, very intuitive. You can search for options over on your right hand side. We can pull up our map location as well. I probably should have done that first. So that shows you your proximity
See,
to
that I
the
was going to
location.
ask about that because I don't necessarily have a good idea of what hotels are truly near. I'd have to compare, but if there's a map that can do that work for me, beautiful.
Yeah, so you can see Canopy by Hilton, Sonesta Columbus, AC Hotel Columbus downtown, Moxie,
Awesome.
Columbus Short. These are all really close, walking distance, easy. Courtyard by Marriott, Columbus downtown. Even getting to even the Renaissance Columbus downtown hotel, that's certainly a doable walk for a lot of people. And then we start getting down into this area here where you might need to catch an Uber to grab it, but just an extra couple of bucks to use an Uber from the Doubletree or the Holiday Inn here or the Western Great Southern Columbus and the Home 2 Suites by Hilton are going to be down there.
Awesome.
So they're a little extra ways. Some of these might be a walk for some people depending on it, but your best uh, locations for proximity are going to be the Sonesta, the Canopy by Hilton, and the AC Hotel Columbus downtown. So those are our
Perfect.
probably closest locations for everybody if you want to be within walking distance for everything. And again, yes,
The Hyatt.
the Hyatt
We
is
talked about
going
it.
to go live on the 22nd. Um, but
Don't wait for
it,
it.
yeah, don't
It's
wait
not worth
for it.
it.
I'm not going to recommend that people wait for the Hyatt because those are going to go very fast. There are not going to be a ton of spots available for them because exhibitors
Exhibitors
and
first.
sponsors are booking those in that hotel right now. Um, I want to stick around in case anybody has any additional questions to cover. If anybody else has more questions for hotels, for food, for parking, other logistics questions. If you've got other things going on, other questions, concerns, it's your first time coming to Origins, share your questions here because we can if I can't get you if I don't know the answer right offhand, I can reach out to our team and we can snag answers on those, potentially live right now while we're here. So please feel free to jump into chat. Thank you everyone who's been participating in chat. That's great. We really love getting those questions so that we can answer all that stuff for everyone. Um, B, do you have any questions on your side that are
Uh,
pressing?
Loosely. I mean, we got to look at the map and the layout of the convention center. And I guess, were there any other points of interest that we might have missed?
A lot of this stuff is still not fully locked down. So
Okay.
I don't want to say like, oh yeah, you can go right here for this and right here for that
When
because
we
I
can't
know
confirm
there's
that.
still a little bit of flux on some things. There are things that I am like 90% sure are going to be in this spot or that spot, but I don't want Paul mad at me if it moves.
Okay, no, that's fair though. But when could we expect some of that information then? Like, if we
um,
want to like check out the website, what would be a good
yeah,
date next week?
absolutely. I think it's for filling this out. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I say the site book is done for us to start putting out map information for that. So that's gonna be at the end of the month that we're gonna have that ready to go. For an actual, we're probably not going to have the digital site book itself go live, but we might have some of those maps come out early for everybody to see. But that's going to
Perfect.
be May before we start seeing those like full layouts. This is just a sort of overview for first time attendees. If you haven't been to the convention center, just giving you a little sense of what the convention center is going to look like and a couple of those big anchors that you're going to look for. I guess one other point of interest that I can say definitely is true is that if you come over to the South building and you look at the
Mm-hmm.
South Cafe and Marketplace and you go down from there, that's where the Hyatt is. The Hyatt is sort of just off. Um,
Oh,
that's uh, just off where the map actually is down there.
okay.
So
Because
that
that is worth knowing.
yeah, it's especially worth knowing for anybody who's into RPGs because that's where we run our RPG events. Um, will exhibitors be listed at the time the maps come out? Yes, what that is what we're basically waiting on. Um, I don't want to put out a map that's just a uh, we're not going to just put out a general map, but we will put out an exhibit hall map that will
Perfect.
include the exhibitors listed on that map as well. When that will happen, that'll be early May, sometime when we'll have that map 100% locked down um, for everyone to check out. But I don't want to give you guys a map that isn't
It'd be
accurate
pretty empty.
that
Yeah.
changes, right? Because you get all ready and it's like, oh, I've laid out my plan. I know who I'm going to hit. I know where I'm going to go on each thing, and then suddenly it moves and you show up to where you were. You already had your
Yeah.
your your
A
plan
little layout
plan of
planned.
action. I I I know there are attendees that are there are all kinds. We have all kinds of different attendees,
That's
right?
so
We have the
impressive to me. I can't plan my morning like when I wake up to brush my teeth and then eat breakfast. Never mind plan like everywhere that I want to hit. Shout out to people that do that.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's people that love the exhibit hall that just spend all their time there checking out the new stuff.
Yes.
They want to know
Meander, look
exactly
at
where all
everything.
of um there'll be a list of hotels in the block before it opens. So it's the 10 hotels that we had here. So I can list that off to you again. I can pull that up
Yep.
again.
And again,
So it's
for Elizabeth,
it's
folks will have access to what we're looking at here. The VIG members will have access to this tomorrow, April 13th. And then everybody else after 1 p.m., you can start to look at this April 16th.
So we have this, so I think we can release something. I'm not going to give you like an exact date or time that that'll come out, but keep watching on our socials, because yeah, I think we can probably release this list. We'll make sure that our social team gets that complete list out
Smart.
to you um, this week before the release on Saturday for the uh, general attendees for everything. We'll make sure that we get a complete list here. So uh, you can you can hop back to this video. This will be sitting here also. That's why I keep going back to this page. So you can just come back to this video and pause it too to take a look, because we're gonna be right here. So this will be live as soon as we finish streaming. You'll be able to check that too. Uh,
Forrest, I'm sorry. There's a Barley's
yes,
pint glass. Do you get to keep it?
yes,
So what?
yes.
What?
Yep.
What?
Barley's does a special pint glass every year. In fact, I have one. I have one from a
Oh my
previous
gosh.
year, right here. Uh, I put it
Oh,
in front of me.
I love
This
it.
is
Barley's
not
Brewing
last
Company, Ale
year's,
House.
but yeah,
Okay.
we have a variety of them here at the office. We use them for our. I use them for my
That's so
water.
lovely.
So yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, they're really cool. We have a different sponsor every year for that. So yeah, they're very cool. You can collect them all, and or if you've been coming for a long time, you can start your collection for the first time. If this is your first
I'm gonna
time
start mine
here at
now.
Origins, yeah, get going right now. It's great. Yeah, but we've been working with Barley's for a long time, and they're a great place. I've been there myself a few times, and they have really great pub fare, and I I've always been there when I'm working, so I can't comment on their beer, but other people say that their beer is excellent. Um,
Oh,
I've
that's
always
so
been on the
funny.
clock when I've been at Barley's,
Mm-hmm. Oh
so
gosh.
I'm hoping maybe this year I can actually get over there when I'm not on the clock, and then I can uh, do that. I mean, it's only a 20-minute drive from here to there, so um, that's the other thing. Like people who are used to, I can say that like having now lived in Columbus for a while, for about a year now, or close to, not quite, but uh, Columbus is really easy to get around in. It is
Good to know.
surprisingly easy to drive through or get through. It is easier to drive around in Columbus than other cities of its size. At least that's been my experience.
Okay.
So, distance feels like a lot when you're talking about like a city and you're saying like, oh, well, it's 3 blocks this way or 2 blocks that way or 5 blocks that way. Like that seems like a lot, but it's not nearly as bad as a lot of other um, uh, locations that I've run into for congestion, for traffic congestion. It moves pretty smoothly around there.
That's
I
good
like
to know.
Forrest says he's missing 2016. So anybody out there that has an extra 2016 pint glass, find Forrest and see if he can, because
They'll
he's
trade
looking to
you.
trade. So anybody got an extra one? Let us know. Yeah, but yeah, like we were saying, Forrest talking about, got to get my coupon book, hit the exhibit hall, and get my Barley's pint glass. Like,
They got a
yeah,
plan.
well, yeah. I mean, that coupon book is awesome, right? Like every year we have our coupon book. Our sponsors pay in. It's a bunch of free stuff. It's a bunch of discounted stuff. You get a great deal on so many cool things, and that, yes, includes your pint glass on there.
Yes.
So you get to snag that. It's yeah, it's super awesome. And like, there's the people that love the exhibit hall that want to do all that shopping. We've got the people that spend their entire um, convention in the boardroom, just enjoying all
Mm-hmm.
of that. And this year is the greatest year. I mentioned this at the beginning, but it's an awesome time to see if that's your thing, if that's going to be your thing for
Yes.
Origins Game Fair, since it's included in your badge this time. Don't have to pay that extra $20. Um, you've already bought in, so might as
Might
well
as
go
well
over there and
enjoy
check it
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was BGF and Cabs, Buckeye Game Fest and the Columbus Area Board Game Society. They partnered together with us to run the boardroom, and I was just at their little event this past week and was
Aw.
enjoying their library just this past week myself. It's the first time
Nice.
that I've gotten to take a look at their library, and it is extensive and awesome. So yeah, uh, like it's a great time. It's a really cool thing. If you haven't tried that out, um, great opportunity to do that. And for anybody that's always been going to the library, um, and doesn't really do the awesome events that are going on, the scheduled events, this is a great year to start doing that too, because so many
Yes.
of those scheduled events are included in the badge too this year. So,
Nothing is stopping you.
whatever you haven't done in the past because you've been interested in other things, this is the perfect year to try something new at Origins, because so much more is included in your badge price. So jump around and try something new, experiment. Uh, Great opportunity to see all the different aspects of what Origins has to offer, because everybody's having a great time doing all of their favorite things, but like, find a new favorite thing too.
Try one
uh,
new thing. I
yeah,
promise you'll probably have fun.
yeah, and and if it doesn't end up being your thing, you can still keep doing all your awesome things. If you haven't done an event before, haven't done a scheduled planned event before, sign up for one. Just go in and sign up for one event. And if you haven't done the boardroom because you're always doing events, leave 2 4 hours open that you normally wouldn't, and go check out the boardroom. Have that be your planned boardroom time. That's my personal recommendation for
I like that. That is a very good
and
recommendation.
volunteer. Get
Yes.
get free
Yeah. So
stuff.
we'll end this with like, y'all, volunteering, so worth it. The amount of perks that you get, just to name a few: badges, volunteer shirt. Hey, I mean, water. I don't know if that's a perk or like a staple. Food stipend, travel reimbursement, access to the volunteer lounge, appreciation party, potentially hotel rooms, parking pass, an extra full show badge. So many things. It makes volunteering just a fantastic experience. So if you're kind of on the edge and you're like, well, I don't know what I'll do for the entire time, come and volunteer. You'll have a heckin' great time.
I'm not sure how much I can say about the volunteer party, but I would highly recommend everyone to if you're going to volunteer for more than just a little bit of time, more than just 4 hours, like, try and get up to that tier where you get access to the volunteer party, because it's a special event. For those of you that haven't tried that before, the volunteer party
Aw.
is it's awesome. Let me just say that the volunteer event. I'm not even going to say party exactly. The volunteer event at the end of Origins is a special, very special event that you want to qualify for if you can. So yeah,
Perfect. All right, Adam, I think that covers just about everything we needed to.
I hope so. I've been talking a lot.
Well, my final question for you is if folks do have some questions about this process, what is the best way to reach out and find out any answers to their potential questions going forward?
Our Facebook page, our Twitter account, those are probably your best ways to get in contact with us through those social channels. You can email events@gamma.org, but that is they are in a very busy time right now. So I would recommend going through those social channels to reach out and ask questions. If you're having trouble, post into the group chat. Even you can message, but just post a comment on the page, because a lot of our fans are really knowledgeable too, and we have a
Mm-hmm.
small team. And we're doing our best to answer as many questions as we can, but sometimes even like 5 minutes after somebody posts something, we might have, one or two or four
Yeah.
uh, attend previous attendees answering all those questions before we've even had a chance to answer ourselves. So that can be even a faster response than doing a message privately to our group if you have questions. That's a great way to get answers, because all of these people that have tuned in, you now know the info. So
Heck
so yeah,
yes. You now have this power, you have this knowledge. Take it, go forward, and use it wisely.
absolutely.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to follow me, you can do so. It's at @B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster, streamer, and community manager for D&D Adventures League. And if you like this content, do not hesitate to like, subscribe. Origins has a newsletter. They have multiple ways for you to access information. Visit their website, visit their socials. And until then, we will see you next week with some more fantastic information as we hype up for Origins Game Fair.